Well, now it is my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome the inABLE Executive Director, Irene Mbari-Kirika, on stage for the opening remarks. Is your pointer right? No, just in case.
Oh my goodness, good morning everyone. Whew, we're here. So, where do I start? My speech is written, I'm gonna read my speech, but I want to take a step back and talk about faces of Africa. They are the reason we are here. And Africa is the youngest continent. And soon we'll have a lot of young people with no work, no education. So it was important for us to show you what does disability look like in Africa. What I didn't expect is, I believe it was Emmanuel who was stammering. He took me to a very deep place. Some of you might not know, those who know me, that I do have a son who's almost turning 18, and for a very long time, until 2 years ago, he was stammering very heavily. Whew. It's very tough, let me say this, especially when you're around people who don't understand. So I'm saying this to say that each disability is very important, and as they said, everyone is capable. No one is looking for pity. So welcome to the 5th Inclusive Africa Conference. This is really exciting because I do remember when it was simply an idea. So let me do the honors and read my speech as instructed. So, Philip Thigo, Special Envoy on Technology in the Executive Office of the President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Justice Laibuta, Judge of the Courts of Appeal and Chair of the Board of Directors of inABLE, that's my boss, Honorable John Kerry, Chairperson, Department Committee on Communication, Information and Innovation, the National Assembly, distinguished guests, partners and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. In the last 16 years, I have been active in the disability space. I've met many people with disabilities who share their challenges. I've learned a lot. They also share their experiences, especially with digital products. And they've asked me to speak to the big boys, especially when it comes to companies like Safaricom and governments, because of the challenges they experience. Thank God, some of them are here today. And I want to share the podium with a young man, a champion for inclusion called Odumbe. So we'll show a short video.
Hello, thank you for calling customer care. My name is Esther. How may I help you?
Yes, my name is Odumbe. Hello.
Yes, Odumbe, I can hear you.
Okay, so mimi niko na shida.
Okay, tuweza zungumza Kiswahili pia. Shida gani Odumbe?
Mimi ni stamara na ninatumia credit mingi sana. Unajua hadi watu wanaogopa kunipigia simu juu ninamaliza credit yao. Unaona? Mimi hadi nikiwa na nikipigia mtu before hata niseme hello 10 bob imeshaenda.
Okay, pole Odumbe. Maybe umejaribu
minutes bado pia isaidi juu uju hata nikinunuanga minutes ya 20 minutes ni kama ninatumianga tu 1 minute. Hizo 19 minutes ni za kustama.
Okay, pole. Pole Odumbe, lakini walichekesha. Sasa nitakusaidia aje jamani? Manake this is the only solution.
Si mnaweza ongea na Mr. hiyo atafute credit special ya stammeras. Unaona? Maybe nikibuy credit ya 50 bob, muna nipea ya 150. Buy one get one free.
You are funny. Nakuelewa lakini sasa sijui hapo tutaongea labda tuone if we can do something, but siwezi promise. Unajua kila mtu wako equal. Na nikuulize. Okay, na nikuulize swali pole. Is this your WhatsApp number?
Mnataka kuone baya bundle sama.
Nichekesha kweli. We shall see maybe what we can do, but we can't promise.
Chameni mufanye ABCD huko. Juu hata nikitaka kupigia demu wangu kitambo niseme bebe. Nitakuwa nimetumia somo moja. Na unaelewa vile uchumi ya Zakayo iko.
Nakuelewa. Okay. We shall see what we can do about that. But for now, maybe ujaribu tu kidogo. Okay. Thank you for calling customer care.
Asante.
I hope umesaidika na uwe na siku njema.
Nawe pia.
Asante Odumbe.
Odumbe, I believe you're somewhere. Can you stand up and wave so that people can see you? Where's Odumbe? Odumbe? Okay, we'll see him. We'll definitely see him later. Mr. Thigo, you're in the office of the president. That's a policy issue there. So if you can work with us so that we can make sure Odumbe has enough time. He says it takes him, he buys 20 minutes. He spends 1 minute talking, 20 minutes stammering, 19 minutes stammering. So let's work together. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th Inclusive Africa Conference with the theme of Breaking Barriers, Advancing Digital Accessibility for a Disability-Inclusive Future. In 2019, this conference was a concept and a dream. It has now grown to influence policy and high-level decision-making across the continent. In this conference, we are discussing inclusion for opportunities that can only be made available through technology. We look for a future where inclusion is considered as a key marker of great companies along with their bottom line profits. Last night, as I was thinking about this conference, Last night, as I was thinking about this conference, one word came to mind: seamless. Think about how our digital devices easily connect to the internet. It is such a seamless process. We aspire to a future where disability inclusion will be that seamless. This means that digital accessibility will be part of a basic service delivery without the need for special considerations. This will be our new DNA ingrained in our every design and development process of products and services. Ladies and gentlemen, inABLE has been in this journey since 2008 with an ambitious mission to bridge the access gap for blind and low vision students, and over the last 16 years, we have broken many barriers, empowering visually impaired youth with digital skills and transforming lives in Kenya. Some of our achievements in the recent years include establishing assistive technology in schools for the blind, enrolling more than 14,000 students who are blind, low vision, and also including their teachers. We have also delivered more than 43,000 hours of assistive technology skills training. We have also developed an accessible computer assistive technology curriculum that's very, very critical. A few weeks ago, we launched an assistive technology computer training program for law school students who've been using Braille. You're in law school and you're using Braille to type your legal papers in this day and age. And yet you're expected to join a world that's digital. So we kicked off a program with 20 law school students with visual impairments from various universities in Kenya. Each student received a laptop to enhance their studies, and we are planning to expand this initiative to reach more students in the future, especially in higher education. We have been instrumental in advocating for policy change related to inclusive education, employment, and digital accessibility. And some of you may know, a year ago, we launched Kenya's Digital Accessibility Standard. Kenya is the only country with a digital accessibility standard, so we still have some work to do across the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, people with disabilities are not looking for pity. They are looking for equal opportunities and a fair chance to independently participate in everyday life, including access to education and employment opportunities. As an individual and an organization, I'm passionate about this journey of inclusion. For people with disabilities, my passion is driven by the basic principle that we cannot be a developed continent when 15% of our 1.4 billion African population is at risk of being left behind. When President Barack Obama came to Kenya, the 44th President of the United States of America was in Kenya, he said, and I quote, "Imagine if you have a team and don't let half of the team play," end of quote. Improving the lives of people with disabilities will have a significant impact, not only on individuals, but for the society at large. If the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals are to be achieved, socioeconomic development must be rights-based and disability inclusive. A key component of disability inclusion across Africa is investing in young people with disabilities. Faces of Africa, you've seen for yourself. By doing so today, we will unlock the future of disability inclusion in Africa. Technology continues to disrupt every sector, converts data into usable information and insights. We are all beneficiaries, but the disability community stands to benefit even more from the technology advancements that we will be discussing over the next 3 days. When used for social good, technologies like artificial intelligence can be powerful tools for empowerment and equality. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 9 a.m., the Assistive Technology Village, we call it the AT Village, will be showcasing amazing AT innovations from across Africa. This part makes me extremely proud. Some of the innovations are in the final steps of approval for the European Union market. This will boost our export volumes as a continent and give these innovations that are made in Africa a cost advantage compared to other continents. Is it possible for us here in Africa to pioneer global quality innovations that will be exported to the rest of the world? I want to hear a resounding yes. Can we do that? Awesome. So let's do it. Our goal in this conference is to work together to achieve the following objectives. 1, develop the Africa Digital Accessibility Standard so that governments, private sector companies, education institutions, and others can know how to develop inclusive digital products. We also want to unlock the Africa AT ecosystem and assist African countries and innovators in developing policies and funding structures that can help innovation thrive in Africa. We also want to empower youth with disabilities with the right information, tools, and opportunities to become digital accessibility champions across the continent. And we also want to make Inclusive Africa Conference the melting pot for disability and digital inclusion across the continent. Ladies and gentlemen, our vision extends beyond Kenya and transcends borders. This conference has the power to ignite continental-wide conversations to mainstream inclusion. We can rally together multiple stakeholders, African governments, industry leaders, innovators to drive greater inclusion. There are many physical and digital solutions that we must accelerate in order not to lag behind as a nation and as a continent. Many of our special schools across Africa do not even have basic computers, a prerequisite for students with disabilities to excel academically and professionally. At inABLE, we are eager to collaborate and work with like-minded organizations to grow the reach and coverage of our solutions. As I close, I want to thank organizations for persons with disabilities who have been instrumental in the lead up to this summit, and our local and global partners for standing with us through the years. I also want to express my gratitude to our international community who have stood with us for the last 16 years and supported us as we rolled out our solutions. We have at least 20 organizations that are currently hosting watch parties in 20 African countries as we speak. So there are other people who are not here with us. So I want to say a special thank you to them. I also want to thank my board of directors who are amazing, who are hands-on, who have been very supportive. And one of the most powerful teams to ever have is the inABLE team. The staff, they know themselves, they are a complete powerhouse, and I'm deeply, deeply thankful. Thank you.